Do, 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 do. Ah, good. There we are. Nice and live. Only a couple minutes behind. That's not too bad. So, welcome to the fun tonight. So I can adjust that a little bit more. Not really. Like, I'm feeling like the camera's off. That'll do for now. Bloop. So, anyway, welcome to the stream tonight. This is Caddie here with you, and I'm feeling rather Hopkinish tonight. I was just kind of in the mood, and this felt appropriate. It looks like I'm looking down, though. I don't like that. I feel like I'm not having my camera where I want it. I also can't see my camera now. Where did it go? Just technical difficulties. You know how that goes. Anchor world. Like, seriously, where did it go? Because it should be visible in front of me. How I lose things. How am I this bad at stuff? Oh, that's right. It was behind my view of my camera. No, not you. You stop moving. And I think that looks about right. Flying. I'll have to go with it. Little deal. Close enough. Hello, Lulu's JK. Welcome to the stream, and Wild, welcome to the stream this evening. How are the both of you today? Well, thank you, Stream Elements, for deciding I was now live. I am glad you agree with me. I don't know if I agree with me all the time. And let's switch that to... Yeah, it's set to local. Good. Tired? Yeah, I feel ya. Caddie, you so confuse me. I confuse you? Yay! I did good. What did I confuse you with? Because I'm not a Benoit at the moment? Because I went with Hopkin tonight? I was feeling Hopkinish. I will, however, sacrifice the whole standing concept right away because I'm going to agree on the tired. Also, now that I sat down, that means my camera is not where I want it to be. That'll do. Camera unflying. Something went ding-ding. Oh, thank you, Lulu's JK, for following. Yay! I feel worthy. I'm a worthy little Hopkin. Anyway, I thought it was watching Connie even though I opened up your mod panel. Well, yes, she is a little hypno Hopkin, but sometimes so am I. It's one of my favorites. Can't be the bunny every week. I think you'd all get bored, and that wouldn't be any fun. And today we're on a mountainside cabin. Also, no, not a Babkit. I'm a big Hopkit. I'm big. But yes, we are on a mountainside attached cabin having fun out in the wild. For the reasons of... seemed like a good idea at the time. And I like a variety of places to be. Hopkin Caddie, yep. Jump off? That might hurt. But hi, Denny. Let's see. I don't even know if I can jump off. Well, you guys stay there. I'll be right back. Eh, 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 eh. Too short. Can't make the jump. What's happening? Well, you asked me to try and jump. So I went and tried to jump off, and I couldn't. There's a fence out there. Not much happening. Just hanging out, doing the thing. Talking to all of y'all. Can I even pick up any of this stuff? No. Nope. All that stuff is non-corporeal. It's all just part of the world. The Illuminati? Nah, I'm definitely not Illuminati. I'm not that cool. Yeah. I got to play Breath of the Wild today. Yay! I own a copy of that. I still haven't played it yet. Had it for ages. I did do something silly game-wise over the last several days. After watching Pro Jared playing Castle of the Winds on his YouTube channel and seeing how badly he was doing at it, I was like, I need to do this. Follower goal met. A de what? A bois? Wow. Well, yay, I met my goal. I'll have to set a higher goal then. 151 of you people have now followed me. That is awesome. Well, thank you all for thinking I was worth keeping to look at again. Emmy! Well, welcome to the fun, you cute little puppy. Well, no, you're an owl, aren't you? But you called me a puppy. You think I'm a spotty doggy. Hi, Emmy. Welcome to the mountain cabin place we're at today. Did you see the super... Get over here. There we go. Now I can read better. Did you see the Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer? I did. Those were fun. Alerts not set up, but yes, you made your goal, darling. Yay! Cat Pig is from the 101 Dalmatians cartoon. Yes, and from the book. I beat it. Good work. So I thought, I haven't played Castle of the Winds for ages, and I found a copy of it free online, since it is free at this point. And I downloaded it. I've been playing. And contrary to his opinion, you can get past the first cave. In fact, I'd beaten it many times in the past. Proof Caddie has spops. No. You'll be the next with when I pounce on you tomorrow. And then again, I don't know, I'll pounce on Heart tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. Emmy, you're so adorable. Well, thank you for coming to my stream, too. I appreciate. You are a nice little cutie pie. You're nice, too, Lulu. JK. I'll just call you Lou. How's that work? Because, it's not like I call Emmy _115. She's just Emmy, because she's Emmy. Denny's Denny. Fopsy is love. And Wild is Wild. I'm getting close to 10K on Heart streams. Yay! Good work. I have about 70 on his. And that's after I bought my Pink Diamond, whatever it's called. I beat one game recently, still working on Tears of the Kingdom, but so close. Shiny! Oh, welcome, little green deer. And Astri, welcome as well. Good gravy. Thank you both for showing up for my stream. You are both sweethearts. Aww. Ari, you are such a good little Benoy. And I'm going to say your name wrong all the time just because there's too many letters and my brain doesn't comprehend. You look like a librarian. Can I borrow some books? Absolutely. Caddie both gets and deserves all of the loves and chats. Aww. No. But here, let's see. I think there's some books over here. See if this will come up on the stream. Yeah, they're too low. Too low. No. There they are. There's some books. I made some books appear. Yay. I feel useful. I did a thing. Something went ding. Oh, tail waggle. Danny wants me to get up. Can I get a book about Vaporeon? You certainly can. Also, wild as a deer, you and my Sakura are gonna form a pink herd. And hello, Wizard Wolf, YT. Lovely to see you as well. I've been redeemed of a tail waggle, so let me get here where I can do this more effectively. And I ruined my camera. That's my bad. Flying anchor to world. Okay, it's anchored to the right place now. I can come over here, straighten it, back up enough. Wagging at Denny. Denny saying hi to Fopsy. Fopsy saying hi to Wizard Wolf. But I has a tail waggle. And I always do my best to do what is asked of me. Have some waggly tail. Tail waggle. Oh, yeah. My Pete's are getting eaten by the bed, but I promise they're there too. See, Pete's. That was something I kicked into. I am not sure what. Waggly, waggly, waggly. Do you feel you've gotten your waggles in? Screenshot times 1,000. You're welcome to it. Enjoy. All right. Which way am I not? In real life, which way am I facing? Okay. Well, that's not where it's supposed to be. There we go. Now, that's anchored to world, so... Ta-da! Click. Can I make you closer? And then up here. Not that much up here. Little up here. Just a small bit. Just a little. Just a little. Good enough. Unflag. Well, there. Tail waggles. I have succeeded in something. Bro is sitting on air. Actually, I'm sitting on a very comfortable desk chair. It's made by Lazy Boy. Fopsy, are you streaming? No, Fopsy is not currently streaming. Fopsy is off today. This is Caddie's day. Fopsy, you'll have to wait. Yeah, Fopsy will get to see you if you're available tomorrow. I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Someone's almost done with their game. It's cute. No, it's not cutie catty day. I am non-cute. Thinking I'm cute. No. Back up just a tiny bit. There. That's better. Someone redeemed Uwu. Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. Uwu. 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 A lot was going on there. I apologize that I failed at noticing that right off the bat. Who did that anyway? Then you got tail waggle. Oh, Wizard, you're the one that asked for that. My apologies. I plead the Sith. Oh, the 5th? You're allowed to plead that. You're part of the country that has one of those. Yay! So, this is a lot more of you than are normally here on a Monday night. I appreciate the crowd. This is pretty nice. Emmy, you are so cute. That's why I plead the 5th. No, Emmy's cute. Fopsy was cute. Sorry, not at my main PC yet, so I can't Nerf gun the Caddie to make sure she complies with her deeds. This is true. Fopsy will be down in about 11 to 12-ish minutes. So I actually was playing this old Windows 3.1 game, Castle of the Winds, the last few days. I even have to run an emulated version of Windows 3.1 because it won't run in Windows 10. It's an icon-based dungeon adventure game. And if you haven't played it before or seen someone play it, I recommend looking it up. Just do Google search for Castle of the Winds. You'll see pictures of this fun game. I say fun in relative terms. Also, my umbilical is off to the wrong side, and that's annoying me. That's better. Cables need to be where they belong. Oh, you probably don't need to redeem the cult's totem. That won't do anything, right? Let me turn that off so we don't accidentally, no one wastes points right now. Channel points, manage things. Let me turn off that and the cult totem one, because they won't do anything because I'm not playing Cult of the Lamb right now. Anything else I can't do? I mean, technically I can hug a plush, but you won't see anything. I'll leave that on there because if anyone wants to blow that many points, that is their decision. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to let you waste points there. Fortunately, they come back nice and fast. And I don't know how to make points go back, or I would. Yep. Yep. Yeah, sorry about that again. Have you played Ski Free? Oh, heck yeah. I've been around since way before Windows 3.1. So I have played a lot of old games. If I was a mod, I could help with that aspect. I apologize. If Opsy can figure it out, awesome. If not, I apologize. It was only a small amount of points anyway, so I apologize that any was wasted. Don't click on the wrong window. I'm trying to... Yeah. Fine, be that way. Derp. Right back to there. Okay. Mod view is a good tool. Yeah. I wish I could give the 200 points. I don't even know if I have a right click here. Okay, that's not helping. No, I don't want shield mode. Can I do that? Okay, I'm doing something. Open that back up. Bloop. Yeah. Yeah. None of that's helpful. It's harder to do mouse and VR. You got that right. Fopsy, I don't know about Al tackles you, and you'll just have to wait to see what I do tomorrow on your... Yeah, Autumn... Fopsy has a lot more fun things that you can do. Boop. I can report the redemption. I don't want to report it. I just want to give it back. Where was it anyway? Can I... But definitely don't do any bad things to you. Channel actions. No, none of that's helpful. All of that is not helpful. Those are a lot of not helpful buttons. You gave Fopsy a follow? Oh, thank you. Should I be scared? Probably. I just own being a total failure at games, especially while trying to play in fursuit. Got that right. Me too. That's my one active mods. That menu doesn't help me. I'll try and figure this out later. I apologize. I was tempting to math that out. I'll be down in a few minutes if you need me to do something besides basic mod stuff. Oh, I was just trying to figure out if I could give Lou back the 200 points. But I can't figure out how to do that. If I got, I would totally love to help. I know. So far, I have my one trusted fluffanoid that I can smack from a close distance as my only mod. You think you can do it? Thank you, my Fopsy Foof. You are the best. So, Castle of Winds actually has 2 full games to it, not just the one. The first game had 2 dungeons in it, a 4-level mine and an 11-level small castle. And it's all randomized, so every time you go into a new floor, you get a an entirely new chance at seeing a different game effectively. Yep, Fopsy Woo is a mod. Fopsy Woo is my only mod. And Fopsy Woo knows more about this stuff than I do. But she's also currently at work as well, so I can't necessarily say she can get everything accomplished from where she's sitting right now, but hopefully once she's done with work, she can help take care of that. No, scroll up. Scroll back up. There we go. I am mod and in mod mode and also a la mode. Ice cream. Yes, you are covered in ice cream. I've had Castle of Winds originally since back when I was pretty small, back in the 90s. Played it on our 46, 25 megahertz processor with a whopping 4 megabytes of RAM. Ooh. In fact, that was the game I, while playing, kind of wore the writing off of Alt-FS because I was so adamant about saving so I wouldn't lose progress on that game. I just was constantly Alt-FS. Alt-FS, which was Alt, File, Save. 640k of RAM is all you ever need. Yeah. We need a little tiny bit more than that nowadays. And for the longest time, I only had the first game itself. So I made it through the cave level and then moved to the second area and was working on the small castle, which is only 11 floors down. I would keep grinding it and leveling up for just no apparent reason because I enjoyed the game and the monsters would respawn after a certain period of time. So you'd have more things to kill and collect and then level up from and gain more money that you could spend on not much because I topped out on the best equipment I could find in that version of the game. And I did. This is one of the few games I ever paid for from a shareware type game to get the second chapter, to get the additional game. I don't think it was like more than, say, $20 or something, but it involved they mailed me a floppy disk with both games on it and a slightly newer version of the first game too. When I got that, it was a big moment for me as a kid. And then when I got to go through having gone through those 4 levels of the cave and the 11 levels of the first castle, I was all in this. And then when I got the new one, it's like, it's 25 floors deep. I was like, oh, 25 floors. That's a lot of floor. I want to go do all the floors. Floors. Added a whole bunch more monsters, a whole bunch more fun items, a bunch more shops in the town. It was a really good add-on. And at some point, the creator set the game to effectively full freeware, and you can download it off the internet and play it as you like. The final version, it's more final than the version that I played as a kid that I paid for. So, a couple extra easy-to-use buttons. Pink bows. Yay! Oh, I'm so sorry. They generate over time. Fopsy's going to see what she can do and see if she can make them pink bows come back for you, okay? It's good if we're going to try. We're going to try, okay? We'll give it a good fluff and try. Either way, if you just keep watching the channel and click the little green magic box when it comes up, you will keep getting more pink bows. Tried Link's Awakening on Switch, and it's sad it has frame rate issues. Aw. I didn't really have too much issues with that when I played it. I mean, I originally played that on my gray brick of a Game Boy with a green screen, because I got that when it was new. I played that game so many times over on that system as well. I even popped it out and played it on my Game Boy Color when I got one of those. We'll try and make sure we get you what you asked on both our channels. No worries. I'll sort it out one way or the other. Thank you, Fopsy. You are a good girl. It has been bad on the remake. I played the remake, though. I didn't have any issues with it either. I apologize. You had problems on it. It played pretty good for me. It's a full-on remake. Yeah, I know. I did buy it. I think it's even physically sitting to my right at the moment. I never had any issues with the remake having frame rate issues. Yeah, me neither, Wild. It played pretty good for me. I'm a Thing from Almost Canada. You probably never heard. I have heard of you, Fopsy Woo. I have heard of you. And yes, you are from Almost Canada. In fact, a lot of people in Canada live south of where you grew up. So, yeah. Definitely Almost Canada. Have you played it in handheld? Yeah, I played it in both handheld and I played it on the TB, depending on my mood at the moment. Ironically, anytime I was playing handheld, I was playing it on handheld leg in front of the same TV that I would play it on because, well, that's the comfortable place to relax and play games. This household owns 2 Switches and a myriad of Joy-Con and a large stack of Switch games in 2 rooms. It's noticeable in handheld. I never did notice it. I do think I noticed that there were more seashells they needed to get a maximum, to get the big sword, which confused me. Because in all the original versions, you just had enough. You only had the 40 you needed to get it. But hey, games is games. I also had borrowed a copy of the color upgrade from a friend in college. So I played that version too. I have played now a total of 3 unique versions of that game to completion. I mean, my brother didn't even speak English at first. I blame Quebec. I don't really blame Quebec. I just spoke Français and Canadian better. You do. Well, you speak it well enough. I definitely don't. I can say like 2 or 3 words. French bread, French dressing, French toast, French fries. The remake was the only time you played Link's Awakening, Wild? Hey, Wild, you want to borrow the Game Boy copy and play that? I'll let you borrow the green brick and everything. Fun fact. The DX version is just a Game Boy game that has been programmed for color. Yes, but they added an extra dungeon to it. There was specifically a color dungeon added to that variant. And a way to then get the boomerang. But you have to trade out an item to get it, which means you can't do everything you may need to do if you picked up the boomerang. The C in Canadian is soft, like an S. Sanadian? Sanadian? Amy cuddles with Caddie. I gotta go. Love you, cutie pie. Oh, thank you, Emmy. I thank you for coming and visiting my stream. And you love Fopsy too. And you'll see her tomorrow. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you for coming, Emmy. We appreciate your patronage at our streamas. I'll correct you later, darling. What? Canadian? Canadian. Canadian? 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 Quebec? Croissant? French fries. Do you stream every day? I stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. Fopsy, my other half there, streams on Tuesdays and Fridays. Stop trying, please. I still love you, though. I love you too, Fopsy. Mondays is my chat day like this, and Wednesdays I do gaming in fursuit. Currently, I'm playing Cult of the Lamb with all of you. So you'd be able to come and join my little virtual cult. There's no real commitment to it. You create a character, and it basically does what it does after that. It's no commitment. You just get to pick what they look like. Watch it, Bob. I'm a full-grown Idaho tater tot. Watch the potato joke. Oh, no hurts on taters. I'm just hungry for French fries now. I said French fries, and I want French fries. I like French fries. Taters are good things. I actually am a big fan of taters. My son, call him Tater Tot. I don't have a son. If I did, I'd call him Tater Tot. Oh, thank you for Lou for following Fopsy as well. With the black cartridges like Tetris DX, Game & Watch Gallery, Link's Awakening, and Wario Land 2, color programmed but also Game Boy compatible. This is very correct. I have several of the dark gray cartridges, or black, depending on your perspective of the coloration, that were both ways. I also have a couple of straight Game Boy Color games. I didn't really get too many. At the time, I wasn't that interested in gaming on the go. By the time I realized Game Boy Color games were so much a thing, I was a little bit past where I was a passenger or a bus rider very often, so I would have an actual game system, so I'd probably just get whatever it was on PlayStation 2 or on GameCube or whatever. Did you know that Maine is the second biggest supplier of potatoes in the USA? Just saying, for absolutely no reason at all. Yes, this is true. Also, thank you so much for following. Yes, Fopsy is also thanking the Lou for following her. Denny, Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Super Mario Bros. Bros. Like the bro-sode. In fact, I think the only straight Game Boy Color games I got, I didn't pick or care about. They were given to me because my friend's mother had bought more copies of a game accidentally than she had kids. Super Mario DX was a good Game Boy Color game. Huh. Was that the one that was just the reprint of the original Mario Brothers, or was that a different one? And my leg tracking just decided it was going to have fun there. That's cool. My leg's in it for its own thing. It probably couldn't see the sensors. It's slightly angled below the desk. But lost levels on Super Mario Brothers X were watered down. Well, I have that on Super Nintendo. I have the I have the Mario All-Stars game, so I can play that at least on the big tube. Either running off of my Retron 5 or one of the Super Nintendos that are in the closet. Yeah, I have a couple of those. I have issues. It has a world A to D. You know, honestly, I don't think I ever really played much of it because by the time I started playing it, I was more used to the comfort levels of Super Mario 3 and Super Mario World. So the fact the controls for it were back to Super Mario Brothers 1 style, but with that little weird additive to it. It was a lot harder to cycle back to that one for me. Just curious, making sure. Okay, yes, everything's working right. I have the Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES app on the Switch. Nice. I'm guessing that was one of the things they added with the Game Pass or whatever they call it on the Snitch. Something go ding. I'm getting an alert of some kind, I'm sure. What go alert? Oh, Naomi. Well, hello, kitten. Welcome to the stream. Apparently, I'm talking about video games. I honestly had little to no plan for tonight. I forgot to think of things, and boom. I want to change avatar, but I don't have enough. If you're talking about on Fopsy Woo's thingy, on Fopsy Woo's stream, all you gotta do is watch Fopsy Woo's stream. You know what? Fopsy Woo. I speak good English today. All I have to do is watch Fopsy Woo's stream for a while, and you'll get points. And Raven, you donated, you gave points. Thank you for the bippies. That's the first time anybody gave me bips. Those are my first bits. I have bits. I have bits now. You're up there. Your first bird. It says right there. Also, the screen crunch on Super Mario Bros. Deluxe is horrendous. Yes, I heard that. Whoopity-doo, I hope your night's going lovely so far. It is, Naomi. So far, so good. Though all of a sudden I feel like I might need to sneeze. I hope that doesn't happen. And Mandy says, yay, video games. Yes, yay, video games. I love video games. Yes, Raven, we is talking about video games. Video games are fun. Yeah, Naomi, let's go. Woo, waggity, waggity. I'm playing Mablongi. So far is fun. I hope it is. And I hope I said that close to right. You're awesome. Thank you for donating biddies to the... I'm not a tiny... I'm big. I'm big. I'm full-grown Hypno Hopkin. Big. Maybe give me a clap, 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 claps. Lou, bits are actual currency in Twitch. So if someone donates me bits, they actually spent money on me, which is really super, super sweet. And totally appreciated. Now he says, yay! Fopsy says, heckin', even the best tiger is here. Yeah. Best tiger. One converted item I want is the Game Boy printer. Well, you could still find one on like eBay or whatever, and all you need to do is get some thermal printing paper from a cash register that's the right width. Yes, they are, says Raven. 100 bits is $1, which is really nice. What can you do with bits? At the moment, not much. I can always look into that to see if I can do anything more with those. I am priceless, just saying. That's why I married you, among other reasons. And I got to hydrate there, and it is over here. I apologize, my wrists are broken at the moment because I was reaching for my water bottle. Oh, that's some good, delicious water. It is water. I'm not like drinking beer or soda or gamer subs or any of those other weird stuff. This is straight old Fort Wayne, Indiana tap water. Good. Tastes like rednecks. Actually, our tap water here is really good, so I can't complain. If I set up sound alerts, I can use it for that. This is true. I angered the controller. It made my screen go away. There we go. There it came back. I know Fopsy has sound alerts turned on. I need to question and learn how to do that. I got a GB Color Game Boy Color clone, and it's okay. Lots of options, but we're still learning, and I'm a nerd, so I'm always curious. I may have been doing this for a lot longer than the Fopsy has, but that doesn't mean I had time to sit and learn things. Raven! Oh, thank you. You gave me more bips. Gave me lots of bippies. Bitties. But. I'm gonna hide now, okay? I'm being too nice. The other one. There we go. I can hide better this way. You're too nice. And yay! Lou, you got some pink bows back. Fortunately, yeah, no matter what they generate, if you're following me, you get 10 every however long it takes for a click to happen. If you get subscribed, you get 12 during that time. And anytime you see the little green box down there, buy the little symbol for which I need to hurry up and make a pink bow for that. It's worth 50 for non-subscribers, 60 for subscribers, and I forget what the multipliers are for type 2 and type 3. I think type 3 is like 2 times multiplier on everything. But I don't expect you all to pay whatever it is, like $25 to get more channel points. You'll generate them over time. Yeah, you see me. It's hard for me to hide when I have a camera on me. That's right. Make the Hopkins shine stuff. He needed that. With all the sincerity. Thank you, Raven. Yeah, thank you, Raven. Was you nice. Caddie will most likely save her more Lego. More pretty things. We'll see what happens. Yay, Lego! I saw a set was getting released. I think it might have already come out. A remake of one of the original 4 pirate Lego sets. The island with the colonial people. island fortress. I forget what it was called. El Dorado Fortress or something. I didn't see how much it was going to cost yet. I have a feeling it's going to be, well over 100. And I need some place to stick it. Slushies! Slushies. I could get a slushie. I don't know how long it's been since I had a slushie. I know the slushie machine at Meijer's been busted for like months. I don't know which gas stations have slushie machines around here. The Sanderson sisters' house set from Hocus Pocus is coming. Ooh. That was a fun movie. I have no question that when Fopsy said, "Hey, if you see that movie, pick it up," and I was like, done. Yeah, I'll pay $5 for that on disc. Fun fact, Capic Jr.'s main persona is a tiny little line complete with baby light spots. He uses me, Fluffy Fox, as a powder puff to hide his spots. This is canon and cannot be refuted by any court of law. This is all fibs. I'm a full-sized adult lion who just kind of youngish looking, and I don't have spots. I don't have that much of a mane, but it's growing in slowly. They have it on display in the store right now. I want to go to the real Lego store. It's like a 2-hour drive south of us to an actual Lego store. I needs hard. But if you do want to see what my lion self looks like, both my little chat here and icon in Twitch is Caddie, and the when I'm logged out screen is Caddie as a white mage riding a chocobo outside of a grocery store. You know, one of the ones where you have to put a coin in to make the ride just wobble back and forth. I thought that was the most appropriate art I've ever had done to put up as the Twitch log out background, because it's as Caddie pretending to play game in all of the right ways. And it was a gift art from a friend who did move up to Canada recently. One of the really far east places, whatever that one's called. I think it's the one that's like another time zone past Eastern. The real reason he married me. Permanent access to what is effectively a powder puff. That's no brainer. I have powder puffs. I made plenty of those. Out of all of the things I have sewed a lot of, powder puffs are on the list. When I get bored and I have scraps of material, I make powder puffs. There are piles of them because I think they're fun. Everything ranging from a legit normal size one up to one that's the size of a pillow. Someone make art out of this. It would look so cool. Which thing in particular? Me using Fopsy as a powder puff? I think I can commission that. Gee, I wonder if someone likes powder puffs. Why? Why, I ask? We all know the truth. Because they're useful for putting powder on. Do you have any idea how many pretty scents of powder that I found on the internets? Most of which are discontinued, and I probably shouldn't use because I think some of them are talcum powder, but man, they smell pretty. Know what you look like right now? Oh, you mean the Hypno Hopkin? I could probably get that done. I could probably do that. Here, boot my snoot. Here, just my snoot. I I should add that to my list of things. Uwu. Ara. Tail waggle. Kiss. I need to keep increasing that list. Powder to hide your tiny... No, it's not that kind of powder. It's just scented powder. Also need to work on Caddie's VR Lion Cub avatar. When you get time, I'd appreciate. I'd love to see how that would turn out. I think it was looking good when you were working on it last time I saw it. I specifically have a couple of favorite powders that are discontinued French perfumed powders. And I use them sparingly because I don't want them to run out, because some of them are getting a little bit more expensive. I had it almost created, but it broke, so I had to start over. Oh, yeah, I know you're having problems. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the line was being difficult. I'm difficult. But to be fair, I have other things I can be for the moment. Fopsy Woo is technical support for me. Also, so much swearing at Unity. Yes. From what I've heard, that's normal. But Fopsy is definitely... The funny thing is, I'm basically regular computer tech support for the two of us. And a lot of electronic tech support. I'm the one that will rip our computers apart, put them back together, because, well, I put them together in the first place. Now, when it comes to a lot of software support, Fopsy has way more skill in a lot of things. Seems like a normal Unity day. See? That's another person agreeing with you there, Fopsy. Raven agrees that is normal in Unity. Fopsy's better at learning coding-y type things and software type things. So I will put together the rig of doom for Fopsy to do things on, and then Fopsy does things on it for us. Currently, we have matching desktops. Fairly literally, in almost every sense of the word. I built them at the same time. The only things that are different in our two computers internally is a couple of saved hard drives from previous computers that we chose to migrate over. I think Fopsy has like one more older hard drive than I do still in function. It makes me say that very sexily. In fact, since you wasted points, you can get a free one. I will give you an Ara. Let's make sure. Am I in the right way? Ara. Pillow, get back where you belong. There we go. That you can't see. That would be an Ara. So we can go where I want you. Makes Caddie say Ara. I don't understand it. It's supposed to be sound kind of intimate or such. Yes, something like that. I'm working on I learned things. I must be too old because I don't get it. Well, I don't necessarily get it either. I didn't really get ooh-woo, but I ooh-woo. I'm going to ooh-woo with the best of the ooh-wooers. The cutest thing ever. Aww. No, you. I'm not cute. I'm a homely hopkid. Herf. How did you not understand ooh-woo? It's an anime thing. I kind of figured. I'm going to post a link. I think that's unlocked. I don't think I'm blocking those. Go ahead. As long as it's okay. Oh, Raven, you're Well, that is a link. Ooh, woo, you're oh whoa, oh whoa. And I have an RR redeemed. Okay. I just want to calm down a second before I did this. You're going to get one. It's coming because it was redeemed. July redeemed this. And hi, July. Good to see you, husky puppy. Okay. Let's get in nice and close. I want to make sure I'm getting a good view of the camera for you. Ada, ada. Ada, ada. Ada, ada. Ada, ada. That was the hardest part. Need to readjust camera or pillow after doing that. Pillow's not attached to chair, therefore pillow flops down every time I do this. And chair probably needs replaced at some point because chair's been leaning back a lot further than it should when it's not in recline mode. Hydrate. That's a good idea. Darling sunshine, sweetheart, I love mine. I still don't get it. Yeah. If people enjoy it, I do it. Also, hydrating. Let's see. It was right about... I'm doing this blindly. That's the remote controls for the TV. That means a little further. There it is. Found it. I got my water. All right. Hydrating. Delicious. That's some good water stuff. Who needs arm physics anyway? Yeah, this seems fine. There's no problems here. Everything's good. This is normal. Your arm does this, right? Get up here, controller. And that, my Fopsy, is why I use the wrist straps. So when I go to grab my water, I don't drop my controller. I remember a lot of good games back from our Windows 3.1 days. It's amazing how much fun I did have on such a limited platform. Your arm wiggles in strange directions randomly for more than 4 hours. Please contact your doctor. Yeah, you probably should. There we go. That water actually did good. I remember the entertainment packs, which were Windows 3.1 based games that were designed, no innuendo, all the innuendo, innuendo. There were plenty of fun things on those entertainment pack games. I believe Ski Free, the first time I played it, was off of one of those, which was mentioned earlier by, I believe, Denny. Innuendo, outuendo, innuendo. I know my mother loved Jezball. I thought it was fun too, where you were just... It was kind of like a version of Kicks, for anyone that remembers that, where you're clearing off area without letting the interaction things bump into your racing lines. Okay, here's a true link. It's a YouTube link. I'm going to click it. It's already muted. Good. Thank you, YouTube, for remembering I wanted things muted. Oh, jeez. Wow. pause that. I'll say that for after. Fun fact. Caddie made me a mod. That was his first mistake. This is true. Scam. It's not scam. It's funny YouTube link. Raven is allowed to post that. I appreciate it. It was cute. Wait, does it show? What is there? Oh, it's Piano Cat on it. I didn't listen to it, so I'll watch it after I'm done here myself. It looks totes G-rated. Not that this channel is necessarily G-rated, but you know, whatever works. Another game I really liked from those days was called Chips Challenge, where you're just this little dude picking up computer chips. It's another icon-based top view walking around type game. It was really fun. I should probably limit links just for safety and security. Yeah, probably. Did you post a link to? Is it something else good? Oh! Well, you know what? That one, dear God. I don't know if this will get to stay, but we're going to enjoy it. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. You know what? If that happens, it might just need to be covered by something else, like in the VOD. Yeah, more than likely, that when the VOD shows up, that whole section will just get blanked out. That's fine. Okay. I did see yours, but I didn't click the noise because I didn't know what it was, and I didn't want to play noise that I didn't know what was during my stream. I'm going to watch it after stream. You want to sub, but you can't? I understand. I appreciate anyone that can sub. It does save you getting to watch ads every half hour for a minute and a half. And it does help support the channel. But not everybody can afford to do these kinds of things. And honestly, if you are able to just endure the ads, you still help support the channel. And that, well, helps me. Yay, Caddie got a copyright strike. I really hope not, but, you know, if I get it for Wellerman Cat, like, I have heard that on more than a couple people's streams, so hopefully not. It might need to be covered by something else in the VOD. Yeah, probably will be. If meowing is wrong, I don't know what's right. The first link would likely get the copyright brought onto it. Fun fact, Caddie made me mod because I bring the cast. You do. Oh, well, thank you for coming, Raven. It was good to have you around. Thank you for coming to my stream and listening to me babble and dancing to Wellerman Cat a little bit there because it existed. And I will watch your link after I'm done strumming. And possibly after I have a snack. Possibly while I'm having a snack. Snacking is probably going to occur, and the watching of that will also happen. In some fashion. And yes, I agree. Stay awesome. My train of thought went everywhere. I don't want you anymore. Go away, other screen. Thank you. We're done with you. No, I'm not done with that. That's what I get for touching things. Isn't there a rule? Caddie's not supposed to touch stuff. That way, Caddie doesn't mess anything up. I thought that was the rules. Because I want to keep that open. Be ready. There. No, I didn't break anything anymore. Anywho. I remember Windows 3.1 games weren't mostly as good as at the time Nintendo and Super Nintendo games. More hydrate? You got it. I will hydrate. Hydrate! It's over here. Got it. I'm getting better at remember where I am. Delicious waters. Delicious broken off wrist. Sweetheart, darling, it's my job to touch things. You don't want to take away my job. No, you touch all the things. Need water. Agua. No. Agua. Delicious, delicious water source. And yes, it is good water here. Surprisingly, Fort Wayne does have good tap water. Pittsburgh? Pennsylvania? Nope. And where my parents live in northeast of Pittsburgh, the water comes through lead pipes, so they get their water at Shop and Save and Nasser Meatpacking and Giant Eagle and wherever else they had to be shopping at the moment. Someone ready to hydrate? Yep, that would be Mendy, and I did hydrate. It was delicious water. Yum, yum water. Hydrate just makes me, require me to drink the waters. In for real lives. When traveling and visiting, don't drink the water. Well, I still drink it, but, you know, it doesn't taste anywhere near as good in a lot of places. Some places it does, some places it doesn't. I like the water here. Doba Voda. Yum. Yeah, that was Czech Republic. I remember was one of the few places I remember was specifically told do not drink the water out of the tap at all. I don't know what it would have done to me, but I heard it would have been bad. The funny thing is, I actually asked one of my Czech friends that recently, and they told me I wasn't exactly right. So what I got told it meant was, apparently it's a brand name of beverages. But all the water we had at the con was Doba Voda. So we knew that meant good water because that was the water that was physically safe. Learned things 20 years later that you thought you knew. Oh, well, I can't be smart most of the time, can I? Bye-bye. Well, thank you, Lou, for joining the stream. It was good to have you. Hope you're not too sad. I see cry face there, but I hope you had fun. You're at a restaurant in the Czech Republic and you ask for Czech. Do they send some random guy? That joke was so dad. I love you, my sweet. It is interesting. The first times when we had a computer we could actually play games on our 486 Windows 3.1 computer. Computer games at home were nowhere near as good as I'm here to fight with Mom and Dad and MB parental jokes. Yay! You're a goof. It was really weird because computer games were like subpar to console games by a good bit, and console games were generally subpar to arcade games at the moment. So you actually had a reason why you'd go to the arcade if you want to play some of the coolest, newest games. A good example would be either like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Because this is actually right around where the consoles were starting to get close to the arcade experience. But not quite there. At the time, if you had a Super Nintendo or a Genesis, and if it was Genesis, a 6-button controller, remember when the arcade games were amazing and console games were all dots and doot doot and beep beep? Yeah, that was back in the Atari and Coleco and Intellivision zones. I know I said all those incorrectly on purpose, just to mess with everyone that actually remembers these things. My first console was an Atari 2600, okay? Me too. So was I, still own it and everything. Mine was too. Yeah. Team old folks. But even upwards on the black and white TV, we had a color TV before we got the Atari. But not by much. It was an interesting time whenever you would go to the arcade, old school console farts, woo! And the arcade was actually something worth putting your quarters into because it was an exciting way to play the game. It was not the main TV, it was the for kids TV and only got channel 4. Oh, you had the backup TV. I mean, color didn't even exist back then. I love you, Popsy. I'm not that old. In fact, most of my friends had color TVs long before we did. My parents just didn't see the reason to upgrade the television from a black and white to a color in the living room. And I'm not that old either. Color existed long before all three of us did. Us old fogies here. But yeah, the games in the arcades were really fun. You felt like it was something to do when you had the big old joystick at the ball on the top in your hand, and you had your 6 buttons there all together, and it was a party. I do still own my Atari as well. I was that kid that kept things safe and prime. I did my best. My original Nintendo did die, but my original Atari does live and does plug into my TV when I so choose. But Windows 3.1 was when I started to play more games on the computer, and some games that actually started to become better on the computer for interesting sake. I remember when I was tiny, I saw old black and white photos, and adults told me that was before they invented color. Yeah, old people say stuff like that. It was interesting that a lot of the more fun games that you get to play with on a computer were not in Windows. You'd have to go into DOS to play those ones. Like, be right back, switching computers. Yeah, I was curious why you were still up there. First it was Wolfenstein 3D, and then it was Doom. And yes, you can get both of those on the Super Nintendo, and Doom was actually on a lot of things, apparently. But the best version of Doom that was the first time I think computer version of a game was the bestest version of the game. And that was, I remember Wolfenstein 3D. Heck yeah. Did you get to play Spear of Destiny, the sequel to it? There was the original 6-level Wolfenstein 3D, 6 full games in it, and if you bought the full version. And then they made Spear of Destiny, which was like a direct sequel, like using the same engine, but an entire, it was an entire another set of game to play. Similarly on that genre, similar engine, I think it was the same engine, Blake Stone, same kind of shooting game, different types of weapons, all futuristic. There were 2 different Blake Stone games, and you go back and forth between levels. The elevator wasn't just an elevator that ended the level. The elevator just took you to another floor. You can go back and forth. It was fun. I don't know if you can still get that one. It's probably freeware by now because, that's old as dirt. I even got cheat code for Spear of Destiny, so it gave me God mode, invincible power, and I would play in hard mode. Nice. Spear of Destiny was great. It was good. It was a good playthrough. And both Dooms, Doom 1 and 2, and extra levels for the Doom games. This is also when DLC, well, in this case, DLC was not necessarily DL'd, it was purchased on another floppy or CD at the store. And you'd bring home a floppy and install more levels to your Doom onto your computer. So that's that was a thing. The ages and ages ago. And I hear a Fopsy. I hear a Fopsy physically near me. It's being all cute. Ooh, ooh. Yay, I got kisses. Yay, I got kisses for reals. I love you, sweetie. You my world, too. Fopsy and I normally do share a computer room here, and Fopsy is now in the room at her computer, which is across from mine. As we discussed earlier, pretty much exactly the same. Oh, there's one difference between the 2 computers. One major difference. My favorite color is pink, so my fans in my computer case have pink LEDs. Fopsy's favorite color is purple, so Fopsy's has purple LEDs. Though to be fair, the LED colors look almost exactly the same because they were probably just labeled one box labeled purple, one box labeled pink because they figured no one would notice the difference. I still think they look good. Heretic was another game on the Doom engine that came out around that time. It was all wizardy stuff, but shooting game. That was a fun one. I had a lot more fun with that even than Doom because I thought it looked really cool. Whenever the split came up in the early 90s, though, I did venture away from the Nintendo land, and I got the Genesis. In some ways, I am not unhappy that I did that, but in other ways, I am a little bummed because seeing what came out from the Super Nintendo, I probably would have had more fun with it. Things like Sonic the Hedgehog were so tempting. They looked so cool. And if you played them in the store and you played the demo, you got to play something that was so cool because you played the first level. After the first level, everything changes. It goes from zippy zappy fast to slow platformy puzzly game. It's still fun, but it's not the same as first level. I rented a Genesis a couple of times, but I was a Nintendo guy for life. I actually rented a Super Nintendo. Same thing. I'd go down to the video rental store, and it was like $13 to rent one for the whole weekend. It came with Super Mario World, and I would play that, and I'm like, this is great. The number of times I rented it, I probably could have bought one. But, you know, that's called smart, and little kid doesn't see long term. I just played SNES at Toys R Us. A lot of times when you go to stores back then, there'd be a demo unit that had a timeout on you. So you could only get so far. And I remember most stores, if they had a Super Metroid cartridge in there, you could almost get past Ridley so you can get to the actual game. Almost. And then every once in a while you get to one where someone had managed to squeeze it. And you could start the save game where you're actually playing the game, not the just stuck to the intro part. That was amazing. But one of the few times I had a lot of fun at a demo was not at one of those demo kiosks, the ones that was a plastic box with the game system stuck inside of it. It was at a Sears where Mom liked to shop for clothes. And on the counter in their video game section, they had the plastic box Super Nintendo, the plastic box setup Genesis. But they also had just a Genesis plugged into a TV with Sonic Spinball in it. This did not have a timeout. But it was Sonic Spinball, so there's no saving, no continuing. You just did till you did. But every time Mom wanted to go shopping for clothes, I was glued to that game system there, and I played so much Spinball in that store. So much I loved that game that I saved up, and I actually bought a copy of that with my allowance. And that's kind of a rare thing when I was a kid, was actually having enough money to buy a video game. Spinball was so fun. I totally agree. It gets ragged on so hard because it was like, oh, that's just a holdover for Sonic 3. That's just something to keep us busy. It's just to keep you busy. I'm like, ever since Casino Night Zone? I was like, this needs to happen. This just needs to be a game. Yeah, I agree. I have no idea why. It was actually really fun. The controls were great. It was a pinball game where you actually had some control over yourself. It wasn't like total control, but you could oftentimes when you're falling or moving, guide yourself with the arrows, the D-pad, to get closer to what you wanted to hit your targets. And being it's a pinball game / adventure, you had to get to certain tubes or certain markers to unlock things or to get to different sections. So the ability to somewhat drive yourself was actually really important. The bosses were all pretty darn fun. The sounds are all burned into my memory. Me too. I played so much of it. The bosses were actually fun for a pinball game and for a Sonic game. It just felt right. It felt like a good quality adventure / arcade game in my house. So yeah, Spinball was bomb diggity and worth every penny. I am glad I never sacrificed my Genesis like I did the broken Nintendo and the games that I had for it. Granted, over the years I have accumulated pretty much every Nintendo game I did have that I cared about. There's a couple on my list I still really want to get. Both of the G.I. Joe games that I only ever rented, I really would love to get because they were fun. But, they're not super cheap now, even just loose cartridges, so can't always have what you want. I can always just play them on MU if necessary. I mean, I would never play games on emulators. There's no way I would ever do that. That'd be a wrong thing to do. That's wrong and bad. And you shouldn't do that because it's illegal. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. One silly item I did get quite a few years ago is one of the. I never put them on a retro pie. Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about anything like that. I got one of the AtGames handheld Genesis. This one specifically had an SD card slot in it. I had a free 8 gig SD card that wasn't doing anything. And there may or may not have been a folder of all of the Sega Genesis ROMs on it on my computer that may or may not also have been copied onto that 8 gig SD card that may or may not live in there and makes for a really fun travel thing if you're stuck going about. Play basically every Genesis game you want. I took off all the sports games. I apologize to all of my sports fans out there, but 90s video game sports games were not my cup of tea. Just not my thing. I have considered getting something like a retro pie or whatever and hooking that up, but I've never gotten around to doing anything that in depth. Generally, if I end up playing ROM games, I just do them on my computer. I mean, I would never do that because that's wrong. Can recommend. Cool. Yeah. Besides, if I keep any games like that handy on my computer, I can easily, say, play games on stream without having to hook up things that would stream in the game that my computer has to capture, and blah, blah, blah. Long story, lots of extra work. Though I do have a USB adapter that I can plug in a composite video source with stereo sound. And I have popped a few game systems in through that. Put N64 on my computer once just to do it. I think I put the Genesis in through that as well. I don't remember if... I thought I used my Genesis through that. I might have used one of the reprint Genesis that way because I know they have composite video out. But for anything other than, say, any of the attached games like Sonic and Knuckles, I can pretty much jack anything into one of the at Games TV plugin variants. They did have the Genesis slot and actual Genesis controller ports on the front of it, so I have those kind of options. Definitely wouldn't mind getting a actual video capture diddly-do that I could plug into my computer to use with an HDMI source. I think that would be kind of fun. I have plenty of HDMI type game thingies I could use, including like both mini Genesis and the mini Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I think those would be fun to do on stream. Yeah, watch me do a Nintendo thing and then get DMC taken down by Nintendo. I promised Big Daddy Nintendo I haven't played any of your games yet. Not just because I'm scared of you, but because I haven't made an easy way to do it. Big Daddy Tendo. Yeah, it's one of the two people you don't mess with in the internet world. You don't mess with Big Daddy Nintendo, and you don't mess with the mouse. You know the mouse. The one that has several theme parks and owns about half of all movie production in this world now. It's okay to stream Nintendo? Yay! Good, then I will do that. I've heard so many horror stories of people from streaming Nintendo stuff. Then other people, no problems. I don't get it. But I'm certainly not going to make myself a Nintendo partner because they want like half your income from everything. Like, I ain't giving them that. It's my stuff. It's my flavor. Yeah. It's profiting off the IP like merch. Yeah, I totes get it. Fair. Blurb. And no, I would not make any Nintendo merch. I will not be making little Mario figures. I will, however, be clicking this button here and accepting a thing. Bloop. Bloop. No, go away, other menu. I don't want you back there. Good, good. Yee. I have done a good job of trying to collect any of the games from the systems that I did play with or have any nostalgic to over the years. I've gotten almost everything I'd want. Again, the two G.I. Joe games are on the list of things I wanted. But, you know, you can't have all of the things. I did manage to get Castlevania 3, so that's a plus. Also, there's a little Sparky coming in the room. There it is. It likes my ears. Hello, little Jolty. You're adorable. Yak my ears, yours. You're so cute. You're a little fluffy pup. Who's a good little fluffy spark fox? I'm not a fluffy spark fox. I'm a hypno hopkin.
You could be. Could be.
I'd have to clone you first.
You could. You could. I'm clonable. I'm just saying. I'm clonable.
Actually, you're not clonable right now.
Oh, I'm not? I can fix that. Hang on. Give me a sec. If I remember how to do it. If I can remember how to do it.
Cutie poof. It's somewhere in the menus. I can't remember where myself.
Turn it on. Go for it.
Yay! Okay, I need to hit the thingy, click on you. This avatar cannot be cloned.
Why can I not be cloned?
It just says this avatar cannot be cloned.
I cloned it. That's where I got it. I cloned it. That's how I got it.
Try again. Weird. I'll untrust you, then I'll trust you.
Don't trust me. You should never trust me.
Oh, now it's letting me clone. I just had to flash you.
Yay. Now you are a little baby. As you should be.
No. Avatars.
Is Baba Evie. And little Baba Evie.
Favorited.
Is Evie. And little Baba Evie.
Change back.
What? Why? Because you know you're telling little Bobkin. Into little Baba Evie.
I'm a full-size Hobkin. I'm a full-size Hypno Hobkin. You're a little baby Jolty.
Full size means Baba.
No, no. Not Baba. It's full-size.
Yes, full size Baba.
Not... Yes, it does all the Eevee things, apparently. You're adorable. Splashion. I love my little Splashion.
I'm all shiny.
You are. You're so cute.
No, you.
A Vap. I love my little sweet. The Vap has cake. It sure do has a cake. That's quite a good cake it's got back there. Mm-hmm.
No one
T.
redeemed it, but free waggies.
Free cake.
Free cake.
Yum, yum, yum. Meow. I didn't have too many games on the Super Nintendo that I absolutely needed. Pixar called they want its mom back. Because they always have cake. I didn't have as many games on the Super Nintendo or the Genesis that I had a lot of nostalgia for because the person I borrowed games from and traded with a lot ended up passing away. So I didn't have the options to try out things as much. But the few games that I did remember and play with, I think I found all of. Including one called UN Squadron. It's a fly shooty game with airplanes and a lot of anime. It made me happy. Now you're Espish. My little psychic mon.
I am not. I am not. Lies. Lies. I'm not SP at all.
You're Umby. Oh, the evolutions. Yes, I believe that has all of them in that one critter.
I might have a couple. If there's any better, I mean, I'll be happy to switch to whatever.
Bargain bin was the place so you could have games and no one knew. Nice. Growing up in the big city of Apollo, I say with all sarcasm attached, I didn't have a lot of timed up with Asterix and the Gall. Never heard of it. Growing up in the big city of Apollo, which housed, at its peak, I remember it was 1,435 people. It was a 15-minute drive to the Kmart. It's a European thing. Well, you did spend some time over there in the Euro lands buying all them Euro things. We had a very small video game department in our Cave Mart, which was a smaller Cave Mart in general, but Disney did show their movies in the 80s. This is true. Yeah, I'm getting peps. Peps. Shiny peps. This was before that. Nice. We had whatever was on the shelf at tiny Kmart that I could potentially even know existed. And if you remember how good video game labels were back then, as to representing the game itself, especially if you had to look at it through the glass case so you could only see the front cover, you didn't know what half these games were like. So it was hard to guess what you wanted to buy. And I do mean guess. Because they wouldn't take the games out and let a little kid look at the back of them at this Kmart. You just had to, go by the front of Mega Man 1 and expect that it was going to be a guy with a handgun.
This one. This is the one I like. I'll take this.
You have me. We already bought me.
Yay, I bought you. Yay.
And it was bad enough trying to buy console games at the Kmart. Atari labels were full of lies. Oh, completely. They were entirely lies. 100% lies. Because they were artwork and you were a block. And console games you at least had you had a good selection of. PC games, at the time, you were lucky if there was a couple of big box on the shelf there. And I do mean a couple. And their descriptions and pictures were even more lies. You may have been able to look at the back of those boxes, but no promises what was on the back of that box was even pictures from that game. It's like, I got Mega Man on the computer. On the back of the container for Mega Man on the computer, they had pictures of Mega Man 2. That was not what that game looked like at all.
No, guy with a gun. Made no sense. Did not match at all.
Well, that one did have a Mega Man shaped person. but it had 3 levels. None of them were any of the Mega Man bad guys you were expecting. The controls were horrible. I couldn't get a... I'm getting bapped. I couldn't get my control pad to even work with it.
What?
You clicked my ears into a place.
Yes, I did, so I can see. I don't see a problem.
You could just go to my left or my right. There's a big open space.
I can't because you're there in real life.
Just virtual you. Use your little sticky to go to your right.
No, it's too complicated. I'm just gonna hug you. Pops.
Children's. Babbage's was the best for PC games. We were lucky and had one in the South Hills Village. I remember getting to go to a Babbage's a few times as a teenager. They were at a mall that was farther away from us. I don't remember which mall it was. It wasn't the South Hills because my parents never drove into that area. There you are. Now you're in your virtual safe space. And you can look around.
Head here, because I'm electric.
There. Fixed my ears. Shaky. Don't break my ears. There. Children messing with things. Babbage's, when I got to go to one of those, they were really good comparatively. Better than say EB Games or the GameStop at the time. Stop. They were actually the better selection for even the used, like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and well, at the time it was starting to be PlayStation 2 and stuff like that were being good on their used lists, and I'd get more and more of that stuff. I hear a Fopsy getting comfy. Good girl. You have tiny beans. They're Dora beans. I also remember the long ago when you had more than one game store and it wasn't all just GameStop. That was a sad moment whenever they bought everybody and just became a single solitary monster. Because things went downhill from there. When you had a variety, you had competition, you had more selection, you had reasons to go to the other mall and go to the Babbage's or go to the GameStop or go to the electronics boutique because they might have something the other guy didn't. I thought it was hilarious after the merger of all of them in the mall near Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It had a EB and a GameStop. And they just relabeled the EB to also be a GameStop. And they were both there. Now, this is no Mall of America I'm talking about. This is no giant mall. This was a small T of a mall. So it was like a 2-minute walk at best from GameStop to GameStop. Where I grew up, we didn't have any of those places. I had to go to 2 or 3 hours south just to find those. Yeah, it was about 45 minutes for us to the nearest actual game store. Otherwise, it was at Kmart. It was about a half hour to Hills, and Hills was way better than Kmart. South Hills had both two right across from each other. Nice. Something went beep. Sorry, Zero. I'm not going to go play Among Us with you. I'm streaming.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure that's pretty sus if you don't want to play Among Us.
It is pretty sus that I don't want to go.
Oh no, it's sus.
I am sus. I know we had the mall in Indiana. We had the two malls in Greensburg. We had Greengate and Westmoreland Mall. And my parents would never drive to any of the ones that were out by Pittsburgh, like the South Hills Mall or anything like that. So I occasionally got Monroeville. Every once in a while, Monroeville. But my parents hated driving to Monroeville because it was too big city. Yeah, driving to Monroeville was big city.
Comparatively. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, compared to Apollo. Yeah, you can see why as soon as I had the option, I went to college in downtown Pittsburgh. I moved to citier life. I live in a suburbia and I drive around to places that are not small anymore. Granted, I'm not in a big city. I'm in a smaller city. I still call it a smaller city because I've been to DC. I've been to New York. This is a small city, but it's still a city. We have several different Walmarts and a mall and a zoo. And every grocery store has been bought up by Kroger, and that angers me.
It makes you angry.
It do make me angry. We would have better grocery selection had they not done that. And you could tell that's why I moved to Indiana. I wanted a bigger city and more choices. I grew up in a farmer city with few store choices. Yeah. You can tell when you go to any of the grocery stores that are not newer formed Krogers, that are labeled Kroger, that you can tell those ones weren't Kroger's before. And when you check out, they come up on your credit card statement as whatever they were before. Like the Kroger next to us, I think it's called Scott's in the credit card system. And Kroger's prices are really high. And I think it's partially because they have no competition anymore from direct grocery stores. They still have Meijer and I think it's like Fresh Time or something down by the mall and Aldi's and Walmart. But they're the only one that has regular straight up grow grocery stores. Yeah, Bridgeville was a farm town where I was growing up. Speaking of farm towns, my dad grew up in very much a real farm town. It's called Creekside.
No, it's not. That's not its name. That's not the name. You know the name. Say the name.
Creekside?
Creekside. It's not Creekside. It's Creekside.
And you know a place is big when it's named after a creek. Not even a stream.
Not a creek. Not a street. Not a creek. Not a creek. A creek.
Yeah. So, the family still owns the farm up that direction, and I'm welcome to go stay there anytime I want. Though I've heard from Dad recently that due to some plumbing issues, the toilet is currently detached. So you can't poo in the house right now. You have to go out to the outhouse to poo. I'm going to skip this for now.
Indoor plumbing is so overrated.
He's waiting for his brother to go up with him to help him do the install after he got his pacemaker, and he's only allowed to lift so heavy of things, and a toilet's a heavy thing, and he needs physically another hand. Like, he could do it, but his doctor would, like, yell at him, or he might hurt himself. We don't want that.
I've helped, but my palms are pretty much useless. Sorry.
Now, in this big town of Creekside, they had... Hey, welcome back, Raven. You're about to hear about all the fun of where my dad started by growing up. They had a gas station, restaurant, grocery store, bait store, and ammo store.
And it was all the same place, wasn't it?
And it was the one building. That was it. You had the one thing. It was the grocery store, ammo store, restaurant, bait store, ammo store. It was one building, gas station, everything. It was the one thing. That was what and it's still all that's there. It literally is what is in Creekside besides farms and places to go fishing. To be fair, the restaurant, it's pretty decent for diner food, okay? It's not bad. It's not like worth writing home about, but it's diner food if you're hungry and in Creekside. I know anytime I go up to the farm, though, I have unlimited natural gas usage due to the deal they got whenever they started the natural gas mining up there. So that's a freebie. I can cook all I want on the gas stove and turn the heat up all I want. I did learn a very valuable lesson as a child. I was taught, very importantly, when you're up at the farm, do not reach under any couch or couch cushion without looking.
By the way, your legs are
Oh, I wonder if they fell asleep. They probably did. I'll fix that. Oh yeah, that one appears to have gone to sleepy. My leggies were eepy.
Little Hopkins needs to be down again.
Well, they're off camera anyway. For now, they'll be fine. That one's better. That one's better. My belly's okay. Cool. All fixed.
Your belly is okay.
Cutie. But the reason why I say you weren't supposed to reach under any couch or couch cushion or chair that you didn't know why you were reaching under. One of my uncles and a lot of his friends would go to the farm and they had guns everywhere. And I do mean like everywhere. And oftentimes they were drunk when they were reloading and doing stupid things. Like, hey, you're supposed to put like, I don't know, let's say it's 2 grams of powder in this shotgun shell. And it's going to stay well below the little metal part. And that's perfect, 2 grams or whatever. They'd be like, I bet I could put 20 in there or whatever. It'd be like, not only, even if you, wow, just got bright in here. That's why you made a light. It was like all of a sudden it's like bright. Bright.
I'm still learning this out.
But yeah, there was a lot of ammo in that building and a lot of weapons that had ammo in it that if you didn't bring it with you, you probably shouldn't just trust it to be what you think it is. I remember one hunting trip, we went up to the farm, Dad and I, and we had Dad's 20 gauge shotgun, and we had what we thought was Grandma's 20 gauge shotgun for me. When we got to the farm and unzipped the gun case and pulled it out, we found out it was not the 20-gauge shotgun. It was the 12-gauge shotgun. We didn't have any of that ammo with us. Dad said, okay, I will take the 12-gauge shotgun, which is the bigger of the two, and I will brave some of these shells that look like they're safe, and I will give you my 20-gauge shotgun. You can use that. Ooh, cookies. I love cookies. Cookies. I should make something. I should bake. I need to bake. I have some cake mix and stuff.
I'm just curious. They work.
Apparently, I can press buttons.
I have a random soundboard for some reason. I don't know why, but I have one. Yay!
Okay. Well, that's a thing. The Benninger farm is where I spent any time I did going out hunting, but thank you. I went out hunting there, but I never actually shot anything to alleviate anyone's fears. Ooh, white chocolate macadamia. Love. Raven, could you bring some over? I know I'm only like 2 time zones away. That's pretty close. I went small game hunting like 2 or 3 times. And about 5 years in a row, I went on the first day of buck. But never did I get even a shot off at anything. So any of you that's worried that I am an evil killer hunter person, you can feel safe in knowing I never succeeded. So you're safe. And now I'm just too lazy to do so. And you have a lightsaber, it looks like. Once I almost got a shot at a deer. It had come over the ridge and it was running fast. But by the time it had made it over the ridge, and I had had half a second to pull my gun up from sitting at my side, it was already gone. So I didn't even get a shot off. Guns are fun, but, well, I'm too lazy for that. Where I grew up, I told you it was a lightsaber. It's very bright.
Sorry.
What went ding?
I'm learning.
Oh. What? Babs! Babs! You raved to me! Thank you!
Thank you for the rave. Yay, rave party. See? I brought the lightsaber because of the rave. I knew that was coming. See? Fopsy, can you do a shout out for Babs? You has the skills. I has the skills, but I'll have to take them all. Give me a moment. I'll have to put my lightsaber. Here, hold this. Hold it by blade.
I can't,
It's safe. I promise.
Just sit it down. It's fine.
No,
thank you so much for. Thanks so much for. Thank you for. Oh, hi Tim. Hi Netbat. Hi the Squirrely. Hi old school skunk. So many of you. Welcome to my fun. It's good to see all of you. Babs Raids. Cobalt Foxy. Beat 'em Inc. There's a lot of you. This is many. There are many of yous. Okay, I can hear now. Yay! I'm glad you can hear. I am making noise, I hope. Oh, ads. I am so sorry. Welcome to the ads. You came at the right moment for the ads to have come up. I am so sorry. That is absolute timing. Yay, I am surprised. I am very surprised. Babs, you do realize you are the first person to ever raid me? You really are my first ever raid. I am so appreciates. So nice. Yes, really first raid ever. Absolute first raid. Yay! You're too nice to me. Miss Pink Woof. Oh, Cobalt, follow me. Hello, Cobalt Fox. Welcome to the following land. For all of you who are new to this room, who I've just been trying to babble at aimlessly, my name is Caddie. I am lots of things. Tonight I'm a Hobkin at the moment. On Mondays, I stream chatty stuff like this here in VR chat. And on Wednesdays, similar time from 7 till Eastern, I stream games in Fursuit. Ah, good. I see Fopsy succeeded at making a shouty thing. Yay! Of some kind. I'm new to this, so I'm not good at making shouts and things. I apologize. Yee. Hypno Hobkin was one of the random things I got given to me by a friend. I don't know how well this will show up in camera, but let's see. Boop, boop. Well, first, turn these on, because peepers are good. And let's see if these show up. I actually have no idea if these will come on the screen. Nope, these don't show up. Oh, nope, something comes up. Oh, that's just a mess. It's more fun in life, in real person. Let me turn those back off. Boop. Now chat is under your control. Oh, yes, you are. All of you are under my control. Good gravy. I have never seen the people watching me count be that high. You have made my night. Boop. There. Back to normal. I don't need to control all of you. I think you're all wonderful people, and you will do as you need to be awesome. I think there's still a lightsaber back there being played with, which is adorable. You do. Yeah, because I don't know if I trust you with something like that, because that'll cut through anything. Huh? Don't cut through my chat window. Yay! Happy!
Cut power activate.
Fortunately, the window stays priority over everything, so it doesn't. Yay!
Chat is more powerful than my lightsaber.
It is. Interestingly, here in this land of high-tech and amazingness, I was talking about the world of absolute anti-technology. The town where my father grew up, which is called Creekside. And as I'd mentioned, shortly before the raid happened, they have a restaurant, gas station, grocery store, bait shop, ammo store. That's the one thing they have. All of that in one building. And it's not even a very big one. It is nice, though, having the option to potentially go camping up at the farm. Actually, you get ready for bed now, but thanks for coming to the stream, folks, and enjoy meeting my buddy Caddie. Well, thank you again, Babs, and you have a good sleepy sleep. I really appreciate it. You are the best pink woofy ever. Best Canadian pink woofy ever.
You're awesome, Babs. Be good. Take care. Don't hurt yourself with lightsabers. No. I'm still learning. Sorry.
Of course. I'm sure this is fine. Now, as far as camping at the farm, you have the two main options. One, this still has a house. Okay, we have the farmhouse, so there are beds. In fact, most of our old mattresses from my childhood are stored up there. Well, another one. Rainerja 1959. Hello, and Flukes Nukes. Night, sorry, me too. Well, rest well there. And how am I doing today, Flukes? I am doing just flabulatastic. I may have been stuck with an hour of overtime at work. I may have had to start streaming later than I wanted to, but I've had a fun time streaming so far, and I had a really good hamburger helper for dinner. And really good leftover Beefalo Wild Wings for lunch. Yum, yum. And Old School Skunk says, hi to Wild. Hi, Wild. How's my Jolteon? How are you doing, my little Jolteon?
I'm great, and I'm feeling happy with all the Raiders. Yay, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You're awesome, awesome, you're awesome. And I promise not to shock you, just this one. Because I live with this one, so my life is special. But not you, because you're awesome. Stay awesome.
And, it's okay, KT. Thank you for showing up. Have a good night yourself. It's lovely to see you, Mr. Kinky Turtle. And yes, Raven also gave me my first biddy. I got my first biddies. I got my first raid. This has been a day of firsts.
Oh, Stopkin's first raid and first biddies. Oh, so cool. First raid and first biddies. For little Hopkins.
And I got to hydrate, which is, I lost track of where I am. There it is. Water. Hydrating.
Here, I'll help you hydrate.
Thank you, little Vappy. Old school water. Yes, I know it's Invisa water, but it is actual water in a Anthrocon water bottle. For realsies, it is an Anthrocon water bottle. If you come on my Wednesday night streams and do a hydrate when you'll see Fursuit me drinking out of it, you will see the bottle full of Anthrocon sweat and tears, fueled entirely by the Fursuit Parade, a.k.a. the...
By my sweat and tears.
Yeah.
Okay, no, not really.
Yeah, you skipped the last couple. And I almost killed myself in the last one.
Because I am Smurfs, and I knew this stuff when he was sitting in the parade, because it just wasn't worth it anymore.
And yes, I did come close to dead after this last one, which sucked. I told this story a few weeks ago at my post-Anthrocon review, but yeah, after the parade, which they... Okay, for all of you who are fursuiters and or understand the concept, first, they wanted us to line up at the parade at 11 a.m. for a, I wish you could too, Raven. I bet you'd be awesome as a voice woot. They had you line up in the parade lineup space at 11 a.m. for a 2 p.m. parade. Any fursuiters in the room understand why that's a bad idea? Okay, it's a 3-hour wait for a parade. You're going to have a room full of people in walking carpets.
And you questioned why I stopped doing this.
Yeah. So, because of the fun of getting previous year, I went slightly earlier than I was planning. I went at about 12:30 for the 2 p.m. parade. I didn't get there at 11. I ain't that stupid. But long story short, by the time I actually paraded, I was actually pretty exhausted because I had been standing around for an hour and a half plus, because that's when the parade starts, not when you get ejected. That's when the people that go first go, and you get to go when the line gets to you. So by the time I was actually parading out in public, I was somewhat delirious, already well into heat exhaustion. After reading the symptoms of it, I was definitely heat exhaustion at that point.
No.
Uh,
No, he just no.
and by the time I escaped the end of the parade and was on my way back to the hotel, the way I was told I was allowed to, not the way other people apparently were figured out they could go. Um, I was getting closer to heat stroke. There was one symptom that I didn't exhibit of heat stroke by the time I'd made it back, and that was passing out. And that's one of the optional. You might pass out if you have heat stroke. Everything else I had on the list.
If you are anywhere close to feeling that way, exit the parade. I don't care what people say. Exit the parade. It is not worth risking your health or anything else over a parade.
The hard part is they had walls, so I couldn't get out.
Jump the walls. I'm sorry. No offense to anyone who runs these events. We've been fursuiting for so long. It's not worth your time.
I was in Mewtwo. My crotch is down between my knees. I couldn't jump the walls.
I'm being facetious, but my point is, if somebody say no, I'm done. There need to be people on staff that are aware. Is there anyone there?
Yeah.
There's no one aware that because guess what? Fursuiting is a sport, and if there's no medical personnel, if somebody's available just in case something goes wrong, there's nobody there, and that's not right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to complain. I'm just like, as a long-term shooter, I'm just really concerned about people's welfare, and that needs to be aware of that.
And yes, Raven, actually, I looked up all the symptoms of both heat stroke and heat exhaustion. Partially because while I was waiting for an elevator later, they were actually being displayed on one of the TVs in the convention center, warning you of what to look out for. I'm like, first off, I read down the heat exhaustion. I'm like, I had that and that and that. Yep, all those. And then I looked over to the right. It's like, here's heat stroke. I had that and that. Uh-oh. And so when I got back to my hotel room, I looked it up more thoroughly and read all the symptoms, not just the 5 they put up on the wall to keep us from being totally stupid. I'm like, yeah, really, the only one I didn't have was the passing out, which is, again, this might happen. This doesn't always happen, but in all cases, you need to get yourself out of whatever you're doing and get safe, and I did my best.
It's good to be aware of the problem, but we need to have people who are available and watching for these problems, because it's going to happen, and it's not obvious because they're in fursuit. You can't see their faces. I'm sorry. I'm an old school shooter. I want to be aware of these things.
He's okay, sweetie.
I'm also used to be a nurse, so you know, I want to
Yeah. Now, where was I before that all came down? What was I talking about? People were going to bed. Camping? Yeah, we're talking about camping. How did I end up on that? Wow. My train of thought just went everywhere, didn't it? We have the option of staying in the... Yeah, camping at my parents' place. We have all of the old beds we had from when I was younger are basically in the upstairs of that place, so plenty of places to sleep. Understandable, my sweet. You didn't eat yet. Go eat food. And I do have a tent and an air mattress, so we could camp out in the one of the many fields that are around the the farm itself. So plenty of options of where we can stay and what we can do and have fun out there. Well, I mean, having fun is relative. The fun you can have is going for a walk in the fields or the woods, or going for a walk in the fields or the woods, and maybe shooting at some paper targets while you're there, because you can shoot guns. It's the middle of nowhere. No one cares. I don't think there's anything else fun in Creekside. It's that one place to go eat food / get bait to go fishing. I suppose you can go fishing too. I think even on private land you have to get a license for that. Then again, the only place to go fishing around Creekside is not near where my parents' farm is, so I'd have to go a ways for that. So, yeah. That's not happening. I haven't been up there in a long time. But I also hate being stuck in the middle of nowhere, and that definitely counts as the real middle of nowhere. I don't even promise there's cell phone signal, let alone cell phone signal with data, so I would probably feel so detached. Yeah. Phew. I'm actually starting to feel it now. I have been in here for a while myself. And I'm realizing that it's been past when I'm supposed to quit. Sounds ideal for a getaway. It does kind of do that. If you really want to be in the middle of nowhere, I know a place you can do it. I'm sure all I got to do is ask my parents to give me a copy of the key to the farmhouse and one to the gate. And Dad would mail it to me. I think I'm like one of the few people in the family that doesn't have a key to either of those things. And I don't even know if I necessarily trust driving my car up into the field areas. They're dirt roads, and I don't know how stable they are.
Hey, darling, I have a key to the freaking house, to the farmhouse.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
To my parents' farmhouse?
Yep.
You're kidding, right?
Right.
You are kidding.
Yeah.
Of course you are.
Because it was funny, huh?
Autumn's teasing me with saying they have a key to the farmhouse. Wouldn't surprise me, though, because my parents thought I had copies of these keys for ages. I'm like, no, you never gave me one. Dad probably made the keys and had them on a desk or a table, meaning to give them to me for the longest time. And they're probably under a bunch of papers or lost at this point. That's okay. For me, getting away, I like to get away to places where there are place as opposed to places where there's nothing. And yeah, I like to go to things like Disney World or maybe Cedar Point or Kings Island or even a nice campground or a city I haven't gotten to explore much. Somewhere to me that has stuff as opposed to nowhere. I'd even take the casino we went and saw Fluffy at up in Michigan. That was a pretty nifty place. They had several restaurants in that casino hotel / event location. So yeah, that's on the might actually be fun, but you know, I don't know. Lots of things you could potentially do that are more fun to me than going up to the Benninger farm. Yeah. Blurb. I am actually running out of steam, though. I have been on here for 2.5 hours after working a 9-hour day. Oh, before I go, we have a Discord. Oh, that's right. We did get a Discord. Fopsy Woo made us a Discord. It's that link right there. It's also in my About section. So if you want to come join our Discord, you can come Discordious with us and be Dissy and Cordy and Discordious or something. I don't know. Whatever you do in a Discord, we have one of those now. I'm not good at this stuff. Fopsy was good at this stuff. Meow. And not only did I have a long day at work and streamed for 2.5 hours so far, I was out late last night because a friend was driving through town and we stopped to have wings at Beefalo Wild Wings. And I got home from that at 11:30 last night. Which means I couldn't fall asleep at midnight when I was home from ready to go to bed. Oh, well, Melody German Kig. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I apologize. I'm about to wrap up when you first come, but hi, welcome to my stream, and I'm here just chatting and having fun with all of you. And Wild agrees it was late. He was there. It was puppy-tastic, or at least the reasoning why we were there. I did not get to see said puppy, but I know it was apparently back at the house. Ironically, my leftover wings that I microwaved today for lunch were juicier than the ones I was eating when I was at the restaurant. So apparently, my trick to making Buffalo Wild Wings taste best is eat them tomorrow. I'm going to put that right there with Pizza Hut pizza and chili that tastes better tomorrow. So, yeah. Blur. I figured out how I got on that train of thought. Because we brought up my water bottle. I figured things out how I got somewhere. Smart. I remember things I talk about sometimes. If everything works out well, next week I'll be back to 7 p.m. Eastern starting times for these. So if you want to come in anytime after that on Monday and or Wednesday, you'll be able to find me then. Assuming no more mandatory stupid overtime, I'll be back in the saddle sooner, which I like. Makes my day easier. And I don't really care about the mandatory overtime pay. I'd rather have fun than, be stuck at work for another hour. And sorry, next week the mandatory overtime is the beginning of my shift on Monday, which means I have to wake up early on Monday for work as opposed to being stuck late. I'd rather be stuck late than make me wake up early on a Monday. That makes my weekend an hour short. That means I have to go to bed at 11 on a Sunday instead of midnight. I don't want to do that. It's dumb. Dumb. Fleffel. Well, anyway. I'm going to see who you guys might want to hang out with here. Let's see. You know what? I think that person would appreciate you the most, and I think you'd have fun there. Bloop. Give me my diddly-do. And I'll pull up the keyboard. Because they're not on the list, of course. Yeah, click in the box. There you go. Yeah. There we go. I found them. All right, found the person. Okay, so anywho, thank you for spending some time with me. I always appreciate everyone that feels like I'm worth visiting and coming to the stream of. Thank you, Raiders, for coming to my along with Babs tonight. And anybody that's followed me, I always appreciate all of you. The biddies, my goodness, Raven, thank you for the biddies. Again, Babs, I know you're gone, but thank you for my first ever raid. So first ever biddies, first ever raid. Such a big day for me. Big day for Little Hopkins today. Yay. I mentioned already about stream. Mondays and Wednesdays, 7 till usually 10-ish Eastern. This is obviously later than 10-ish Eastern. It's now almost 11. I really need to get off and get some more food myself before bed. Mondays is chat stream like this, and Wednesdays is gaming and fursuit. So you'll see either my Pink Bunny or Mewtwo playing games. This week will be more Cult of the Lamb. Okay, I have rambled even further. We will start this raid. We'll get you over to Slushy Otter, who is a really nice floof, who's playing League of Legends. Bloop. And if you stick around, you get the bonus points towards the channel points. So go give some love to Slushy. They are an awesome foof. Let them know Caddie sent you. And I will see you all again on the next stream. So for now, be good, stay floofy, and stuff. Bye.